Today on the Cool Stuff Guys Like channel, I'm going to show you some tricks on how to spot whales in the ocean. If you like cool how-to videos like this, make sure to click the little subscribe button below, and if you want to be notified, click the bell. So we're here in Waikiki, Hawaii, where it is actually pretty easy to spot a whale if you know what to look for. Now, if you're going to plan a trip like this, I will say the whales are generally going to be pretty far offshore, especially in a place like Waikiki. So you might want to consider bringing things like binoculars. I really like Nikon binoculars. Or in my case, I brought a big, gigantic camera lens. So this is a Canon 100 to 400. If you have a DSLR, you can rent these from some websites, or I'll put a link to these things in the description below. If you think you might want to do some wildlife photography, it's a really good, it's a budget lens, but it's still not cheap, so it's kind of a little bit of a commitment there. Now, when you get to the destination, you're going to want to try to get somewhere high. We got an ocean view hotel room here, so we're kind of high out. We can really see very, very far out into the ocean. In general, I would say most of the whales we've spotted could be as far as, well, as close as maybe a half a mile offshore, and it goes all the way out to the horizon from there. So that's really where the importance of the ability to zoom just to get a little bit closer in on that whale comes. There's going to be a couple key giveaways for the whales. If you look out into the ocean, you're not just going to pan back and forth. It's kind of like you're deer hunting. Just kind of stare out into the ocean and watch for something a little bit different. Use your peripherals, and what you're going to see most frequently is a little plume of mist. It looks just like a little steam plume. That's when the whales come up and they burst out all that water vapor. So you'll see it, it'll linger for maybe 2-3 seconds, and if you see it once, usually the whales, because they're pod animals, you'll see it a couple more times. And get your binoculars out, get your camera out, and zoom in on that spot, and you'll most likely see not only some whale backs coming up, but also some tail fins kind of popping out of the water. It's really, really cool to see. And I mean, we've seen that probably once every 10 minutes just looking out off this balcony here. If you get really lucky, which we've in Waikiki here, we've got really lucky once, you might see just a gigantic splashes out in the water. Splashes that look bigger than anything a boat would make, and just kind of splash both directions. And that's when you see the whales really breaching or jumping out of the water. And this is just like the holy grail of whale spotting. And I mean, like if you're looking for the little black whale popping out of the water, you're probably not going to see it as much as if you're looking for that big splash coming out of the water. So watch for that splash. If you see it, it's probably going to keep happening. So get that camera ready, get those binoculars ready, and start watching. In other locations, so again, we're in Oahu, Waikiki. It's not exactly the best whale spotting location, but we have seen tons and tons of whales. If you're in somewhere like Maui, you'll probably see them a little bit closer to shore, but again, the binoculars will still come in handy. Kauai, I think this is probably one of the least best places to see whales, but we're here, it's February, it's peak whale watching season, so no matter where you go in Hawaii, you're probably going to see them. So now I'll show you some videos that I've taken with that lens and some pictures, and give you the exact, this is what you're going to want to see. Because once you kind of get an eye for it, you'll see those things all over. Like it probably took me, I don't know, an hour to see the first whale, and now, like I said, you see them every 10 minutes. So hopefully this helps you out on your trip to, whether it be Hawaii or California or anywhere else you might be able to see some whales.